Hey everybody, it's Ted Pedromo, and welcome back. This is Lesson 5, our final lesson of the Linked Accelerator class. Just because this is our last lesson, I will be doing more videos as LinkedIn evolves and changes its dashboard. So you'll have access to all this content for the next year, so don't worry, this is the last long, lengthy lesson, but I'll be doing lots of short videos that keep you updated. So I saw someone talking about this for the about business networking in general. Don't just think of you connect with people and they're a network, your business network. Think about creating subsets of your networks. So here's some examples of different networks, and there's many, many more ways you could categorize it, but think about connecting with people and tagging them as your friends on LinkedIn. You can have peers. That's a whole different network. Prospects is another network. Clients is another network. Former clients. Competitors, they're all different kinds of networks, and you could create categories like this for your own business that are appropriate for you. But you get the idea. As you connect with people on LinkedIn, put them into some kind of network like this, and it can be in multiple networks at the same time, but it's much easier if you have a message you want to send to your peer network and they're tagged that way. You can just send a quick message to all your peers or to your prospects or to your clients. You get the idea. But think about segmenting your professional network. LinkedIn has a variety of mobile apps, and they don't just have one big bulky app that does a lot of things. They have very, very specific apps for different purposes. Let me show you some of them. So here, this is LinkedIn for the phone, for the iPhone and Android. You can get an app store with Google Play, and it runs on Windows and BlackBerry also. So this is the main app for LinkedIn, and it gives you access to your basic LinkedIn dashboard. They have LinkedIn for iPad, and Linked Connected is another, that's a specific app. So when you go into your Connections tab and you can keep in touch with people, like when the happy birthday or they change jobs, you can do quick updates to them. The LinkedIn Connected is where it pops up one person at a time. So here it has Chelsea has a new job, so you could right then click and type her a little message, say, Chelsea, congratulations on your new job. And you just swipe. It's actually kind of funny. It's kind of like just an app. You swipe one at a time, it goes by there. It's kind of similar to the Tinder app, where you just, a face pops up. You can say yes or no, you want to comment or not, but you get the idea. You've just kind of got a few minutes to kill. Maybe you're standing in line at the grocery store or something. You can spend 2 or 3 minutes congratulating people or saying happy birthday, and it's a really effective way to keep in touch with them. LinkedIn Job Search, so if you have a premium account and you're looking for a job on LinkedIn, this is a good app, or even if you're just looking for a job, it's very specific for job seekers. Then they have on LinkedIn Pulse. This is the newsfeed application, and Pulse was originally an app on the iPad that I used to use to pull in different news content from all over the internet, different sources. So now that LinkedIn purchased Pulse, there's an app very specific to that. So in the mornings, if you're riding the bus to work or on the train or the subway, you can go through Pulse and get a snapshot of what's going on in your industry, what's going on in the world, different breaking news events, and you can share it, comment, and like it right there from the iPhone. So it's very, very easy. It also runs on Android. LinkedIn Recruiter is specific for recruiters, and you don't need the paid recruiter app for it, but it is a benefit, and it lets you really keep in touch. As you post job listings, when people apply to them, it notifies you right on the app, and you can start interacting directly with them immediately. So as a recruiter, I've heard it's a good tool to help you keep in touch and move quickly so you don't miss out on really good talent that's interested in your jobs. Sales Navigator, that's another app that works on the phone, and actually when you sign up for Sales Navigator on LinkedIn, it opens a whole new window, whole new dashboard. So it's like a separate application outside of LinkedIn that works within LinkedIn. So the iPhone app, it's only an iPhone app on this one, but it helps you really do your prospecting. And I've been testing out the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and it's pretty good. I don't do that much prospecting, so I'm probably not going to keep it because of the cost, but it seemed a great tool for people that are into sales. And then there's SlideShare app. This is a new app, and I've talked about this many times. SlideShare.net is a website that's been out for years, and you used to just put PowerPoint presentations on there. It's a great resource for finding business information or finding about specific products. And LinkedIn bought SlideShare a few years ago and integrated it into the site now. So you can scan through SlideShare content. It's a great app to use. It gives you content you can share with your network. So you always think, I don't have time to write blog posts. I don't have time to do status updates. Go to SlideShare, find popular current topics, and you can find content and share it with your network right from there. So here's a little snapshot of Sales Navigator. Like I said, I've been testing it for a few months, and what you do, you follow companies or accounts, and then within those you can start following leads. And the more leads you start following, LinkedIn starts recommending other leads based on the algorithm. So it's a great way to really, if you do a lot of selling, a lot of prospecting, and want to meet a lot of people, it's really a great tool to use. Here's something I came across last year, and you can actually export all of your activity from your LinkedIn account, the whole history of it. At first I thought, why would I ever want to do that? But it's good to go back and look at old posts, and it gives you a whole list of your network, which is pretty cool. So here you go into your settings, and then at the bottom right corner it says request an archive of your data. And it says it takes a long time, like 72 hours or something, but I got mine within like an hour when I did mine. So here it gives you lots of different information. I can look at my status history, all the ads I ever ran, all the ads are clicked on, comments, connections, email addresses of all your contacts, which is really good, and endorsement information. So it's just lots of great information, and it dumps it all into spreadsheets for you. All the search queries you've ever done. A lot of it's, you wonder why you'd ever want that information, but there is a lot of great information about your history and actually your network. That's what I like the best, the email addresses, and gives you the contact information of all of your contacts. So here's an example. I exported some of my contacts, and it looks first name, last name, email addresses, which is pure gold, their current company, current position, so you get all the job titles. So if you're doing advanced searches and you wonder what the best job titles are, look at your current customers, and you can look right in here, find out what all the different job titles are, and build automated searches for that. So tagging and messaging your connections. I'm a big fan of this tagging feature. Like I said, with the networks, as you connect with people, if you just leave them all in the generic bucket, it's really hard to reach out to them as in mass. So what you do is, as you connect with people, here it's filtered by connections only. By default, it's filtered by contacts. And remember, I talked about this in one of the lessons, contacts are, if you import your Gmail contacts or Outlook contacts, or if you have an advanced premium account, you can pull into Salesforce contacts. So those are people, you have their contact information in your own database. Once you connect with them on LinkedIn, they become a connection. So first thing you do is filter by connections, and if you are connected with them, you'll see the blue LinkedIn icon on the right side there. So here I filtered by connections only, and then what I do, I click on the tag, little tag button there, and what you can do is it gives you a list, and I've created lots of different categories for tags. There's a few default ones, but I highly recommend creating your own tag categories. So here I've tagged Josh Turner as a LinkedIn, and he does training because he's a LinkedIn expert also, and also he does a lot of training. So that's two of the ways I can. You can put as many tags as you want for each person, and I'm really just working on teaching my assistant how to do this so she can tag all of my contacts with 3 or 4, maybe even 5 tags if appropriate. So here you can manage and edit your tags. I had some categories that were duplicates or similar, so I combined them all. But I have just kind of a lot of different things: attorneys, biz optimization, branding, lots of different categories. So here I'm filtering by real estate, and what I want to do is I'm going to send a message to all the real estate professionals in my network and invite them to a webinar I'm doing about LinkedIn for realtors. So what I would do is filter by that. Then you do select all, and then click message. Then what it's going to do is it puts everybody in the top above the subject line, the to field. So we don't want them to see each other because I'm up connected with about 50. We can send up to 50 people at a time also in this. So I don't want everybody to see each other. So down at the bottom here where it says allow recipients to see each other's names and email addresses, I deselect that. So it just goes out. It seems like it's a personal message to that person. And the key here is to make it a personal message to them about that subject so they don't know it's a mass distribution. So messaging tips. This is huge. Just like when you send emails to your list, if you're using an autoresponder like Constant Contact or Infusionsoft, the subject line is the key to success. It's like a headline on an ad or on a landing page or on your professional headline. You want to get people to click on it and open it to keep reading. So it's really hard to engage people and cut through the noise. So what I do in my Evernote, I have a swipe file. I create a whole folder called swipe. And so I come across really good emails and subject lines and landing pages and advertisements. I save everything in the swipe because I know this grabbed my attention enough that I opened the email or clicked on an ad to learn more. So I save that, and it's kind of a little reference. So it gives me, I don't copy the same ones that are in there, but it gives me ideas on how I can grab people's attention. Other best practices for messaging on LinkedIn: keep your messages short and to the point. Focus on building relationships with your messages. That's the key. A lot of people are starting to send these long sales letters. They go on and on, 1,000 words of buy from me, buy from me. That just turns people off. They'll never want to do business with you if you do that. But really try to start online conversations that lead to phone conversations. My goal is to get people on the telephone in a 30-minute consultation because that's how I close my high-ticket coaching. The people will not click on an email and sign up for a $10,000 coaching program. It just doesn't work. You have to get them on the phone after you've built a relationship with them. And I've said it over and over, never sell on LinkedIn, never sell in your emails. Just focus on building relationships, getting to know, like, and trust you until they'll get on the phone with you and buy from you. So here's who's viewed your updates. So this is one I showed in previous examples, the Tina Fey quote: in most cases, being a good boss means hiring talented people and then getting out of their way. So you use that same messaging approach, or you can comment publicly. So if somebody likes it or comments on it, like here we saw in our first degree networks, there was 1,175 total views, 26 likes, 3 comments on all 3 networks, but 259 people in my first level. These people are connected to me, so I just find out who these people are and I send them a little message, or I thank them in the thread here. I can just say, thanks for liking this content, Veronica. And it just builds that relationship a little bit more. So, and if you want to send them a message on LinkedIn, since you're already connected, you can use that same approach in the messaging and just have a really good subject line, or just say, hey Veronica, thanks for liking my content. Is there anything I can do to help you? Let me know. And same with the comments. So that same approach, it works like magic. Don't sell to them. Focus on building your relationship. Then we have who's viewed your profile. We've gone in great depth with this, but I'm going to take you through some examples and show you when people come across my profile and look at it and we're not connected, how do I decide if I'm going to connect with them or not? So here I've had over 1,000 profile views in the last 90 days. And just looking at this current week, I'm trending back up. I've had a lot more activity, added more connections, endorsed people, shared updates, liked updates. So I've been more active, and you can see how my profile takes off. So here's my who's viewed your profile. And 137 people found me of people similar to you. I've said this over and over. If you have a good professional headline, a good picture, and people see you in who's viewed your profile, or people similar to you in the sidebar, they're going to click and learn more about you. So I'm looking here, I go over to the fourth tab, viewers with the marketing specialist title, 103 people. I'm not really looking for a marketing specialist person. Now, those are people that possibly would hire me as a consultant. I'm looking for business owners because they would pay me more money probably than I would as a consultant. So I'm looking for some business owners to work with. 122 of them. Let's dig in. So here are some of the people that connected with me. Eric Reese, we're already connected, and the others we aren't. So let's just look at Ted Marcus, because he recently looked at me, and he's corporate IT relocations and new product innovations. Now, I'm not really, don't work with many people that do IT relocations, and kind of new product innovation seems like a whole different job, so it's kind of confusing. So let's see, I would dig in. First we'll look at Rick. See that little button there? If you hover over that, it says we have 6 connections in common. So that's kind of a clue to me. It says, okay, if we have a lot of connections in common, maybe we have something, maybe I should connect with these people, because we have a lot in common for some reason here. So I look at these people, I think, okay, these are people local to me. Most of them live around me or in the same area, San Francisco Bay Area. And, I'm not connected. Or we already connected with these people, but it's not the right people that I want to grow. So I wouldn't really focus on those people. So he didn't seem like a great connection for me, so I kind of passed on that one. It really wasn't my niche. And the people, I've connected with some of the people, and they weren't really my ideal clients either. So I didn't want to take that network any deeper. So now I look at Ted Marcus. And what I can do is, next to the send message button, I can connect to him or send him a message. So he has a premium account. See, he has up in the right-hand corner here. It's second level. We're not connected. But he has a premium account, and he's in the open link network. So I could actually send him a message without using an in-mail. So that's one way I could reach out to him and learn more about him. Or I could just connect with him, send him an invitation. But I want to do some history first, see what his recent activity was. And here, he hasn't had any activity in the last 2 weeks, so he only has 336 followers or connections, so he doesn't have much of a network. He doesn't have any recent activities, so I'm thinking it's probably not going to add much value to my network. So I kind of dug deeper into his experience. He's a project manager, client service manager. So IT projects manager. Back in my IT days, maybe he would have been a good fit, but this isn't really a market that would add much value to my network. So I look at his top skills: program management, project management, strategy. He has some SEO in there, some consulting. A lot of these things. Looks like his profile, he hasn't been that active because he doesn't have many endorsements either. So he doesn't look like a power user of LinkedIn. So I'm not sure how much value he'd add to my network at this point. Then I also look in the sidebar, people also viewed. So after they looked at Ted's profile, these are people that they looked at next, were also viewed at some point. So here's a team manager, NLP trainer, director of advertising. So now that might be something. That would be someone that could possibly hire me as a consultant. Here we have executive vice president of marketing and business development at Gigaspaces. Same thing. They could potentially hire me as a consultant. VP of client services and products. So there's some potential there. So I may connect with him just because of that connection. It's kind of a stretch, but it's looking a little promising there. There's some potential. Then I look at his groups. These are the groups he belongs to. Project managers, specialty coffee, coffee connections, coffee shop owners, coffee roasters. He seems to be really into food and coffee, especially culinary and food tours. So most of the groups he's in, he's really a lot of coffee groups. I never knew there were so many coffee groups on LinkedIn. Pretty interesting. Espresso community. So, I'm not thinking this is going to add a lot of value to my network. Doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look like it's really up my alley. So I'd probably pass on that connection. So then I came across this, Mia, who's a sales advisor, sales strategist. She's using the keywords in her last name field. She helps business owners and sales professionals break into the top 5%. This is somebody I may want to connect with because they're into sales training, and obviously sales trainers and LinkedIn go hand in hand, so this might be a good connection. But she's a second level connection here, and I'd have to send her an in-mail if I wanted to reach out to her, because she's not a premium member. She's not in the open network, so I'd have to send her an in-mail or try to connect with her and select like either friend or one of those items. And since we're not a friend, it's kind of awkward to do that. I've done it in the past a few times. People have accepted, but some people say, no, I don't know you. So it's kind of a trust thing. If we're not friends, we don't know each other, and I say we're friends, kind of violates the trust. But I'm going to look at her summary, see if it'll be a good fit. And it looks like, she talks about how she helps companies, what she does, and who she works on. So she works with manufacturing firms, business owners. So, this tells you exactly who she works with and what she does for them, which is very clear. Also on the sidebar, we have some things in common. We have 6 groups and 5 skills and expertise in common. It's not bad. It's not, there's not a ton of skills and expertise in common, but there's some. So you may want to reach out to her. Here's her top skills: coaching, strategy, business development. So, these are the kind of people that are usually good for me to connect with, because we can refer business to each other. She doesn't say she does LinkedIn training, so maybe I could possibly do some LinkedIn training for her clients. Here's connections we have in common, 23 shared. This is solid. These are all quality people that are in both of our networks, so looking more and more positive that I would connect with her now. And here's her groups. Sales Association. We're in a lot of the same groups together, or some of them. So, this looks pretty good. She's in a lot of the same niches. She's looking for the same kind of people I'm looking for, so it might be good. So I'd probably connect with her. Then other ways to find people, as we've gone through the advanced search. You use all that information, all those job titles of your best clients and company size, all the demographics of your ideal client, and you just put in all that criteria in here and then do a save search as you come up with search that are working. So here's my save searches. And I'm testing these fairly often, and since I did this screenshot, I had 45 people with coach in their title. Sales managers, I had 16 that week, and CMO with companies over 1,000 employees, there was 3 that week. And I got an email this morning, I had 75 people with coach in their title in an email just today. And the CMO over 1,000 employees, I had about 42 last week. So these numbers have changed. I need to update this screenshot, but this is great because it delivers leads right to your inbox once you come up with that search criteria that's bringing you the right leads. And the LinkedIn blog, it gives you some information about LinkedIn. It used to be updated more often with more valuable information, but it's a pretty good resource for learning about LinkedIn and what's new. So go to blog.linkedin.com and check that out. And that's it. Now what's next? I'll be posting updated videos in the members area, and you're going to have access to this members area for 1 year from this date. And you can renew your subscription anytime I give discounts for the subscription renewal, so you always can stay current on LinkedIn. And remember, be consistent and use LinkedIn every day. Focus on helping others and building relationships, and you're going to see tremendous success. And I really thank you very much for joining me on LinkedIn Accelerator. And if you enjoyed this class, tell your friends, and please spread the word on social media. And thanks again for attending.